Would you be the one? Shh.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica McQueen. If you're new here, welcome. If you're an oldie, thank you so much for always watching my videos. I'm with Alvin here. He is a midwife, and yes, today we're going to talk about an episiotomy. What is an episiotomy?
An episiotomy is just basically just an extension that we give during delivery so that we can avoid some complications.
You're using a very politically correct term. An episiotomy ni kukatwa so that baby ni kukatwa. Okay. For us women, tunafeel tumekatwa, but for you, you actually making the extension, right? Yeah. Yes. So I know most of you, one thing you're concerned of when you're going for vaginal delivery is nitakatwa. And then there's a lot of myths around this. So number one, we have women who feel that if they don't cut you, you tend to get a loose vagina after a delivery. So actually nowadays you feel like most women want actually to get the episiotomy. And I hear it's called the husband stitch. You've heard of that term?
I've heard of that.
Yes. So can we address is it necessary for every woman to get an episiotomy?
It isn't.
Okay. Why? Okay. So why do some women need an episiotomy and others don't?
We're going back to the assessment part. We always do an assessment. Before we do a delivery, we do an assessment. We have to see whether the vagina is adequate or
no, it's a vagina, it's a biological name. So and we have to embrace it.
So we'll have to assess that. And it will go hand in hand with the heads, the approximation of the baby's, the fetus head, the baby's head. So I won't say that I won't be there waiting to get a third-degree tear, which is extending near your anus, yet I can give the tear direction that I want, that might be easier to repair than the other.
And what causes this tear? It's the head of the baby,
the head of the baby. You see now, number one, you find that now the muscles of the vagina, they're always elastic. But ikifika elasticity yenye haiwezi kabisa, you just have to check.
So you on your side, you notice. Because for me, I noticed the doctor said she's going to give an episiotomy. There was not, I'm not sure if there was no time for them to numb me. Don't you get it to numb someone?
Okay, you say.
Because for me, I just had, I knew what an episiotomy was. So you can imagine when you're that she's going to give an episiotomy. Let me tell you, the pain I felt, I screamed.
You see now, when I don't assess you, I underestimate the fetal head. You see now,
so it's an issue of, it could have been prevented. Yeah, they could have numbed me.
It's always been numbed and cut.
Because nilisikia tu but anyway, too one is there, but I really hope more nurses can, those are two small traumas that can make these delivery experience be a more beautiful, though painful experience.
But delivery, I think it's something that I always see after delivery mothers smiling.
We will talk about that, my friend. But I didn't laugh.
Until it's done.
It's generalized, and that is the reason why women like me who get a difficult delivery, we either tend not to talk and we get into postpartum depression or others versions of baby blues, because the society kind of tells you once baby is out, you're good, but it's not the truth for every woman. So I feel we need to give both accounts of the stories, before we digress. So you're telling us a man will need an episiotomy in case the baby's head is bigger or in case the elastic limit of the vagina imefika. And the reason you give this episiotomy is for you to be able to control the direction of the tear. Because what happens? I think the baby you're going to stick it.
You see now,
what happens if
the downer part will have to involve more surgeons. You find now we've torn the anus. It can't be repaired in the ward.
So an episiotomy controls the complications.
Yeah, an episiotomy basically controls the complications. It gives the tear the direction that you want. A direction that will be easier to repair than the other directions. Yeah. So, like now I know it's this direction. I'm used to
Okay, I think my camera person is.
it doesn't mean that now you'll be loose or what.
Oh, okay. So
Just
people should
how you
say.
take care of yourself. You see, at the end of the day, you find like you delivered normally, you have a flat tummy. There's someone who has not delivered normally, but already the tummy is like she's 28 weeks pregnant.
So people basically should stop promoting the husband stage.
Yeah, they should. That's the issue.
Yeah, getting an episiotomy is actually because for some reason you couldn't go through the natural delivery.
Because
And even if you don't, your V can still go back over easily. If sometimes most of the times you have to do some sort of exercises, which you should see me for that, by the way.
Yeah.
So now we are past the episiotomy.
Yeah.
After baby was there, everything was good. I felt strong, and I went back to the other ward. Then I started bleeding. What might have caused the bleeding? Because I realized anytime I would try, I had been told to go to pee after every 20 to 30 minutes. We'll make another video someday explaining that. So anytime I would try to get up, I used to feel like a tap of blood has been opened. And I remember at some point I started feeling weak. So I pressed on the bell and I said, I feel like I'm going to die. So let me die with this bell. I pressed the bell until Hannah's came. Then she told me to get up. I got up and there was a lot of blood. She told me to go to the toilet. That was the last thing I remembered. The other thing I remembered was me walking in a very beautiful land with flowers. By then I usually joke, maybe dying is not such a bad experience. And that is how people walk into death, because I was walking in like a valley, there were flowers, and then I started hearing people calling me, Monica, 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 and then I come to, and I asked myself, okay, what happened? They told me, you passed out. What could have caused this bleeding? Given that after the delivery, I felt just fine.
Okay, the first thing, we have we always use an acronym like the 4 T's. Number 1 is the tear. So once a tear is not repaired or not well repaired, you bleed.
But I did have clots because they removed clots.
Yes, that's where we're going.
Okay.
Number 2, you have the tone uterus, uterus atony. It's the contractions and the relaxation of the uterus. Once the uterus is not contracting and relaxing, it's expected.
Are you able to know that my contraction is not contract? Are these things that a mom can be able to tell the signs?
Okay. Most of the time we advise our mothers, like always just massage your uterus after delivery.
No one told me, but okay, nice.
Yeah. So the massaging of the uterus enables the uterus to contract and relax, to contract, and at that moment when it's contracting and relaxing, it's expelling the clots. And basically the uterus is cleaning itself. So the contraction is aiding in that.
So if I did that, probably could have prevented the excessive bleeding.
Yeah.
And there are moms who die because of
bleeding. Because bleeding, by the bleeding, it's killing a lot of moms.
It's true.
Yeah. Then we have the thrombin. Thrombin is just the coagulation of your blood. Maybe your blood is not forming a clot at the right time. It's taking time. That will cause you to bleed.
And that one, is a man able to control or detect?
That one now comes back to us.
Okay.
And also when we are admitting you, we take a proper history. Do you have any issue with bleeding? The moment you tell me that you have an issue with bleeding, during delivery, I'll be prepared with everything that I need to help in clotting, forming the clots, formation of the clots. I'll tell you there's tear, there's uterus atony, there's thrombin, then there's another one, am I forgetting this one? There are 4 T's. The tissue. Once the tissue has remained in your uterus, like the placental tissues, you'll have that bleeding.
Okay, there wasn't at all. So some of these cases, a mom is able to detect. No, not really detect. No, actually, a mom can detect. And that is why we tell the mom, after delivery, do not lie down for too long. Because when you're going to the toilet, like every 15 minutes, when you get up, like for me, I think I stayed.
Exactly.
I don't think I went up exactly 15 minutes. I think I stayed those are issues of not knowing things. Information is power, by the way. So that's why you tell the mom, okay, I know there are other reasons why you tell the mom to pee every 15 minutes, but if a mom gets up, they're able to notice I'm bleeding too much. So whatever the reason, if it was a thrombin, you're able to alert your nurse in good time. But if you keep lying down there, you won't know what's happening to your body.
You don't just find you in a pool of blood. Maybe
It's
I'm
true.
seeing the blood, which is not a good thing.
And also, this also goes to the caretakers or the partners.
Yeah.
If you visit a mom who has given birth, maybe you should ask them, Umiamka, have you walked? You can even check how is their blood, because you don't feel the blood coming out until you try to get her.
I know most of them really fear blood. They don't want even to see that thing.
But yes, but it's like
It's
your person can go in. They can go left in.
Okay.
That's interesting. So takeaways, some of these reasons are in your control, others it's the nurses. So the only thing you can do, number one, make sure you give a proper history. When they ask you questions when you're being admitted, these questions can actually guide in how they're going to take care of you. Number two, try to massage your tummy as you've been told, because you never know what is going to cause you excessive bleeding. Number three, please get up. I know the episiotomy is so painful, but nothing can be as painful as you not waking up from that bed and leaving your young baby and without a mom.
An orphan.
Guy, that's deep.
It's okay. Sorry about that. Basically, it's the truth.
And at the end of the day, an informed mom is an empowered mom, and not just the mom. Even has a boy, a young man who is watching this. You're going to be a wife someday. You have your sisters. You could save a life. As he said, a lot of moms lose their lives due to excessive bleeding. So yeah, after passing out, no, I think that's the only thing I wanted to cover. Maybe if you have something to add to us.
Like you were in labor, I remember you didn't take anything. Small frequent fluids. So your sugars might have been low. So the brain is suffering, doesn't have the sugars, it doesn't have the energy. You don't have the energy yourself, your body doesn't have the energy. Now here again you are bleeding, you are causing more trouble to your body. So your body is trying to shut some organs which are not most important so that it can compensate.
Wow. In this body, oh wow, that's a good point. So moms,
once your organs have been shut down, now you pass on, because now blood is going to only the most important organs.
the heart, the lung. It's forgetting the uterus. I mean, what's a uterus compared to the heart and the lungs? So I think I feel like I need to highlight these preventive measures once again, because we've added one. So prevention measure number one, give the correct history. Do not lie to your nurse. Number two, massage your tummy.
Before you continue, then history. I know most of you people are always tired, like, it's very important, because the way I take my history is not the same way she takes her history. The way I take my history, maybe I've omitted something. My partner will capture that. At the end of the day, it's your life that's living. See maswali ya clinic the way you.
By the way, that's a very important thing, because a lot of people get tired, including me and you. But one thing you need to notice, this time probably it's Alvin who came to attend to me. At some point, Alvin got an emergency. So Pamela came to you. It will be very incompetent for Pamela to use all her judgment based on Alvin's questions. If she messes with your life, she's going to be sued.
The license is going to be.
So you need to understand why now Pamela needs to come and ask you the questions. That's true, by the way. You know me, sometimes I get bad, but at least I know why I need to give the information. And now you know why. By giving them the information they want, you save your life. That was a very good point, because people, and then they forget there's the nurse, there's also the doctor, there's the gynecologist, there's the gynecologist, there's the consultant.
You're not being managed by
one person. And each of these,
multidisciplinary team. It's a lot of people. We come as a team and form one objective, which is a self-delivery, both of you, both to you and your baby.
Yeah, and some of these questions might seem invasive, and you'll be like, okay, how come the other person didn't ask me? As he said, someone could have omitted something. I mean, we are all human, going through different things.
Maybe it wasn't important to that person.
To that person.
To me,
you
it's an
noticed
experience.
something.
There's an experience that I got with one client somewhere because I didn't ask this question. I never know, maybe you're the next person, that the history is going to repeat itself.
I mean, we learn from our mistakes, right?
That's true.
Now you know, piano information yote. So I was highlighting the issues because you've reminded me one. We said number one, give the correct history and don't get tired. As watu wakuulize maswali ngapi, it's your own life. Number two, massage the tummy after giving birth. Number three, try to get up as many times as you can, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes for the first 6 hours of delivery at least. I'm at 12.
15 minutes for the first 2 hours, then the next 4 hours, 30 minutes, each and every 30 minutes, then now we can continue as usual.
As usual.
Yeah.
The last one, which I also think we could have even started with it. Make sure that you're feeding yourself during labor. And if you can't feed yourself, at least take these sugary drinks, because as you had, like in my case, there was that maybe the uterine thingy, and also probably the fact that I didn't feed well during labor. So my brain was deciding your uterus is not important, girl. We need to save your brains. And as a result, I was bleeding, and I could have just left it. So no, that's really important. What other point do you feel like you need to add to this, especially in letting the moms know things that they can't do?
I think the thing is, even if you're vomiting, you're not feeding for yourself. You're feeding for the baby. Always remember that. Always put that in mind. The moment you're denying your baby the food, it's
even
like you're starving.
Even during the delivery, because even the baby is working.
Yeah, the baby was
does the baby work? It's just my muscles that are contracting this baby.
You know that
does the
is
baby
stress.
work?
That is stress.
Oh, it's stress.
You can imagine yourself in a balloon being squeezed up and down, You're not getting that. You're getting tired because
so you actually feel because you're stressing. I'm making fun out of serious situations. Okay, nice. Apart from helping the mom know what is happening to their body, why else do you insist that a mom needs to pee every 15 minutes for the first 2 hours, every 30 minutes for the first 6 hours?
Okay, peeing, it enables the uterus to contract. It gives room to the uterus.
So,
you see now the uterus, it's always somehow above the bladder.
After delivery, that is.
Yeah. So once the bladder has taken us occupied the whole space, the uterus doesn't have enough space to contract.
But why does the uterus need space? The baby has already...
It needs to contract so that it can come back to normal.
It needs space to contract.
This uterus was almost carrying around 5 kgs. Now the 5 kgs is out. This uterus needs to come back to the normal size. It won't remain in 5 kgs throughout. It has to come back to the normal size. And once it comes back to the normal size, it needs also that space because it was displaced. It overgrew. It got displaced. So it needs to come back.
Because when the peas are out, you're still pressing. And you're kind of maintaining
the space.
I see. So
that's why in the first 15 minutes, and also the way you'll be waking up, you yourself will be able to assess yourself. I'll be able to assess you. So the way I see you walking, it will tell me a lot.
Walking style.
Maybe you'll be walking like you're weak, and I know maybe there's something. Maybe the way you're walking, the position that you're walking with, I know maybe you're in pain. And at the end of the day, you'll give an analgesic. You've been sent from pain. Rather than you're sleeping there, you're having pain, you're bleeding. I don't know whether you're bleeding. With me, maybe I'm busy, I have an emergency that I'm attending to.
And I think also moms need to know that you've gone to a hospital, you've paid, and even if you've not paid, even if it's a government hospital, these nurses, they went to school, they took an oath to protect their patient. But most of the times, because the nature of our health sector and blah, 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 you can't be the only patient that he's caring to. Do not be scared to ask for them to come. And you might tell the nurse, come, I'm feeling pain. Then after 20 minutes, the nurse hasn't come. Maybe someone else was dying and they had to save that person. Do not get tired. You have the rights to be served well. But also that is controlled by other factors. So just be patient and be consistent. Insist. If you're not okay, just remind the nurse, no, see, Kasiri came in.
And this thing that people have, like, just ring the bell once. Me by the time naangalia pale, maybe I was talking to another client, by the time naangalia pale, light is shined off. I don't know which bed is that. So if you can continue pressing that bell, just let it try. I calm myself, switch it off. So at least I'll be able to see.
In an ideal setup, we expect that, say I told the nurse, say I told the doctor, but here, it's your life.
It's your life.
It's true. And you don't know how many emergencies that person has that particular day. Wow, that's, I think we've wrapped it up, Thank you so much for coming. Okay. Do you have something to add in relation to this tear, this bleeding?
I think labor and delivery has a lot of things that people need to know. Yeah, and at some point I think it can take even a whole day.
Sure,
It's not something like just 30 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much, Alvin. I keep being surprised. I think we learn every day. As much as you think, maybe the guru is sector, you're surprised.
Yeah, imagine.
Okay. And